Yeah. So once again, everyone, I'm very thankful that you have come far away for this training for today. And yeah, I would like to welcome you for having you joining this basic training about our new PMSI, the property management system interface for our we called it as our hotel management system middleware. So for today, these are the contents of our training. I prepared 4 contents about product introduction, software and license application. Then the next is a basic configurations, and last is about the application scenario sample case. So let's proceed. Yeah, with regards to the product introduction, I think our PMSI is as I mentioned, it is a middleware software developed by Nurak. It is the main intention is for interfacing with our OM IP-PBX with any existing third-party hotel management system. So the main goal here is to achieve information interaction between our OM IP-PBX and the PMS system. So the main advantage we have is it supports docking with any third-party PMS. So this example, we have the Oracle and all the existing hotel management system. Then we can receive call record information from OM API interface and send it to PMS. Then the third one is it can have a multiple OM IP-PBX that can be connected to one set of PMS. So there's no limit for that. We can connect OM IP-PBX to one PMS. Then PMSI, when PMSI receives configuration instructions from any existing hotel PMS, it can convert the information and send it to OM API interface. This is for voice function, such as the wake up call, extension permission, do not disturb mode. We have the display, caller name, and extension, and among others. So after the configuration, it can send the settings back to the PMS. So yeah, that's the main functions that the main advantages of our PMSI middleware. So here is a basic application scenario for our PMSI. So the other side here is our PMS system. So we connect that to the PMS port. Of course, this is our IP-PBX connected with the API or through the XML command. So we can send to our API on our IP-PBX API interface. And here we have the 3 main functions. So CDR, it can store call record file. And the next one is, it is a API middleware. You can connect multiple API servers. And the third one is it as a PMS middleware. So it can convert PMS protocol and OM instructions. So allow me to show you the data diagram. Yeah, this is the data diagram. Yeah, according to the data flow here, we can say that our PMSI is divided into two parts. One as a server of the PMS system and the client to the OM IP-PBX. So as you can see here, it can receive messages from the PMS, the property management system, and converts it to the OM API and send it back to the OM IP-PBX. So another part is that it works as a server of the OM IP-PBX, and it will serve as the client to the PMS. So it receives order from the OM PBX and converts it to a standard protocol that can be recognized by the PMS. So it can be sent to the PMS from OM to the PMS. So that's the data flow diagram of our PMS middleware. So let's deal with the software and license application. So it's how to run the PMS middleware. So the minimum requirements we have it at least Windows 10 and above, and the PMSI can be run without installation. So you just simply click this shortcut button and just double click done and it will run. So upon running that, it will show you here, this will pop up the license application code. And yeah, you need to send this application code to us, and after that, we will send you the license. Okay. Anyway, in the next slide, I'll be showing you the license application, right? So yeah, after opening that, you need to copy this one. Yeah, copy this and send that to our team, to sales or customer service, and after which will provide you a license file that you need to put on the folder, the same as you run the license. You put this you put this PMSI app. So yeah, we will send you the completed license file. Then after that, you need to put that where you put the PMSI API executable file. So put the either way, it could be permanent or there are some validity on a certain day, a certain month or year. Then after that, after you click that one, after you click this again, run it again, and you can see that the license expiration is, it should be like this, right? For permanent or some specific date. So by that, you are now ready to use our PMSI. So now the first thing to do the configurations is about the server local listening port. So yeah, it's very important that you can set up the server port in which the PMSI. So this is the listening port, the CDR of the OM IP-PBX. So you need to set up this on the equipment. So this is the, by default, we use 7070. So you can do as you wish to the listening port here. So the next one is you need to add the device. So add a new OM. So go to device, then click add. Then you need to fill in the IP address of your OM. And by the way, we use a default port, which we don't really recommend to modify from the user side. So it cannot be modified. And of course, you need to input the password of your OM. So if there's no password, you can leave it blank here. Then click save. So you can also do some addition of some parameters on the OM IP-PBX. So go to device and then click edit, then modify the OM device IP address, and of course you need to fill in the OM device port. So here is default is 80, and again it cannot be modified. So you need to input also the password and then click save. So this is just to edit, right? So after you select the device, then click edit, then you can modify already the information of your OM IP device. Then how to delete? Just simply select the device which you wish to delete, then press delete button. Okay, so now how to add a new API server. Yeah, so if you wish to add an API server, go to API server, then click add. Then after which you need to input the IP address of the server, PMS server or the API server. You need to input here and select the port number of your server, the API or the PMS server. Then select pure type. Pure type can be PMS, API server, or the CDR server here. Then you can input the device IP address and of course input the protocol, right? So TCP or UDP. And yeah, you can also do some editing of the parameters of the API server. So just simply select the IP address of your server, then you can edit that one, click edit, then you can modify as you wish. So if you want to modify the peer type, you can select PMS, API, or CDR, then modify the IP address and of course the protocol. So by the way, if you select PMS, the device IP address cannot be filled in, right? And if it is you select API, then the device IP address can be filled in. So that's the difference within the peer type. And of course, if you want to delete an API server, just simply go to API server, then click the server you wish to delete, then press the delete button. Okay, so how are we going to configure PMS? Yeah, basically there are two areas here. The first area, you can select the command parameter template here. It could be the template for the PMS, or you can import that, or you can use a default template. Then you can select the protocol standard interface standard. So you can select here. And of course, you can have the command delimiter, customize the command delimiter and the end tag. In this area, yeah, you can see here, you can set up the PMS command format for CDR, wake up, the do not disturb, check in, check out, as well as the command end tag. So you can do that. And of course, the total length per CDR. So yeah, you can do some modifications so with regarding to the format here for the date, for the start time, of course, the padding character, and you can set up by clicking the up and down button also here to prioritize the sequence of the data format definition. Okay, so yeah, also we have the call ID type here. You can put the identifier for incoming, outgoing, and intercom for that one. So configuring CDR, you need to go to CDR, then PMS CDR, then CDR data information tab. So here it can convert API command from the OM IP-PBX to the CDR of the PMS, which actually supports two kind of CDR format. We have the China Soft and Huawei. Huawei have 17 and 19 digits format as well. And as have mentioned, that you can adjust the position of each parameter. You can go up and down according to your sequence. So by the way, the end tag format, I think for the, yeah, this one is for the China Soft CDR. And for the Huawei, you can use BCC for that one. So that's the CDR end tag format identifier between the two, right? China Soft use this one, and Huawei use the BCC end tag. So after which you can, yeah, I can show you here the example for the China Soft CDR format. And as you can see here, it starts with tag with the GF. Then yeah, this is the start bit 1. And here's a definition here. So the length is 2, but the screen start sign, caller ID, the length 6 bits length. And of course, the next one, code number, and we have the start time, start bit, which is 41. So it's less than 4 digits in front of the 0. And start time, this refers to month. So the start bit is 45. And for days, start time days is 47. And for start time for hours, start bit is 49. And for start time minutes, it starts with 52. Yeah. And of course, start time in seconds is 53 start bit. So the duration of the call, the start bit is 55, and the end tag should be 61. So here is the example for the China Soft CDR format. We received this one, GF1001 is the caller ID. And this is the cold party, that is 1000. So the call start time is as you can see here, that is yeah, actually this is starts with the year, right? The year 2009. 04 stands for the month April, and this is the number of days, 24. And that this is the time in the morning, that is 9:32 and 13 seconds. So as you can see here, the duration of the call take about 7 seconds. So that is how we can interpret the China South CDR format. So let's go with the next one, the Huawei CDR format. So this is the format for the Huawei. Starts with CDBI, then we have the DN. DN stands for the phone number for the guest room. Yeah, so usually that is the calling number, then it's an 8 digits. So this one is the code number, so it represents 24 digits, rightly aligned in the right. And the start time, usually there are two time formats, right? So the 17 digit time format should look like this. And we have the 19-digit time format should look like this. So we just simply add the year, right? How to say this one, the 1000 and the hundreds of the year, right? So this one is just only the last two digits of the year, 98, and this one is 1998. So it makes it 17 and the 19 digit difference for the time format. And interval duration, that is 5 digits in seconds, and these are rightly aligned. So that's the format definition, CDR format definition when we use Huawei.